Hey, hello, everybody, and welcome to the SD Times Live micro webinar series. This series is with a testing company called Mabl, and we'll be looking at various topics around testing and how they can help your organization. But to first kick this thing off, episode 1, we're going to be talking about how automated end-to-end testing can create a safety net for innovation. With me today is Dennis Nelson. He's the customer education lead at Mabl. The need to expand the scope of testing that's shifted left and it can help can help organizations improve their testing. So without any further ado, here's Dennis.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Dave, for that introduction. Hello, everyone. I'm here to talk a little bit today about how teams are being challenged to deliver faster innovations and, of course, with higher quality than ever. DevOps adoption with automated pipelines tends to allow teams to deliver those innovations fast. But getting quick feedback on impact of those code changes to the experiences that matter to users, well, that's becoming more and more increasingly difficult. So today we're going to talk a little bit about how automating your end-to-end test coverage creates a safety net for innovation. To get started, my name is Dennis Nelson. As mentioned, I'm the customer education lead here at Mabl. And I have my contact information on there. I'll share that as well at the end. I'd love to hear from you in terms of feedback or recommendations, and also host our university, Mabl University space, where we have on-demand training, learning paths, and skill certifications as well. But let's chat a little bit about what we're here to talk about today. Today, we're going to talk about how effective and reliable automated end-to-end testing is that safety net that teams need in the age of DevOps. So we'll chat a little bit about what that means from a safety net perspective and innovating. What are some of those automated testing, end-to-end testing challenges, and how we can overcome those with Mabl, and how we can help you scale as well. So we'll dive right in. We'll start talking a little bit about innovating quickly and why that safety net is vital. So this is a graphic that a lot of folks have seen already. Shift left. It's a very well-known practice. Teams have been adopting this and shifting left for a while, right? Achieving higher test coverage for unit and integration tests by getting feedback early, because testing early and often provides a good safety net that allows developers to then innovate and spend time on the things that really matter, getting that quick feedback, and then, of course, if they introduce any regressions in the test suites as well. However, as teams are adopting the DevOps practices and aiming for those fully automated pipelines, it's more about expanding the scope of testing that's shifted left and aiming for that high test coverage, because any quality aspects that are not covered by test automation and still require manual checking or testing will eventually become those bottlenecks for faster development and reduce that time that developers have to innovate, and of course, reduce the confidence that they may have in their builds or their test suites also. I wanted to share a quick graphic, a little bit of data from our Testing and DevOps report 2022 around how the automated pipelines require that high test coverage. So as teams are working to automate their coverage, they're getting better test coverage, and the deployment frequency changes. So we're able to identify that achieving fully automated pipelines have that good or excellent test coverage across the experiences that really matter to users. And I think that's one of the most important things to mention here, right? Is kind of focusing on those experiences that matter most. So of course, this is where automated end-to-end testing can help teams. In the age of DevOps, the automated testing safety net needs to be more holistic, right? Fully encompassing and not just simply focused on one or two suites of tests, to then provide that feedback on the impact to the experiences that matter to users, on those business critical user journeys, and especially those that generate revenue. So I think that sets a little bit of groundwork for what we're chatting about today in terms of, why automated end-to-end testing. But let's chat a little bit about, what does it mean? What does it look like? And what are some challenges to it? So again, we see this testing pyramid where we kind of look at the maturity or growth from unit to component integration, and then finally reaching the peak there, which is that end-to-end testing, really focusing on the entire breadth of the user's perspective. So, we can mature beyond simply checking the UI functionality that in a login page the button says logged in, right? There's more to this end-to-end testing. It might start with clicking a link in an email and go all the way to verifying that PDF. And that means there's a lot of aspects to it, right? Require navigating link redirects, email and PDF verification, API validation, kind of adding layers to that end-to-end testing experience. With that comes some challenges, right? So we know that achieving high automated end-to-end test coverage is typically very challenging. Why? Well, user journeys are becoming more and more complex today. There's a lot more that goes into the technology, microservices, and especially in all the different ways that teams are innovating quickly, this can make the user journey extremely complex. And then we also see that end-to-end tests are fairly fragile. We may have flaky tests that can't be relied upon, providing false negatives or false positives that may require ongoing test maintenance. That takes time. So of course, we wouldn't want to add in this layer of end-to-end testing to allow developers to innovate and provide that safety net, but then they of course have to spend more time focusing on those end-to-end tests and updating and making sure that the coverage is accurate. And then, of course, one that we hear pretty frequently is the length of time to run end-to-end tests effectively within some sort of continuous integration model. As we continue to expand the breadth, that means more tests, that means more test suites. So, definitely adds to the time requirement that's needed. And some teams might find that it's, too slow, or end-to-end testing is too slow for their workflow. Well, with those challenges, of course, we want to be able to offer a solution, which is Mabl, and how Mabl helps to scale end-to-end testing with reliable, scalable testing, fully integrated into your continuous integration and continuous deployment processes. So a little bit about Mabl to start. Mabl is the leading low-code intelligent test automation solution. We are built for high-velocity teams that are embracing DevOps practices. Our goal is to be like the easiest to use low code platform for functional, right? Looking at UI and API testing, but then also non-functional tests as well, accessibility, and then soon upcoming performance testing, which we're really excited about. And really, we like to think of ourselves as that unified platform. We enable all team members to participate and really democratize that culture of quality, or democratize the testing process, so that the team that's responsible for the digital customer experience can test it holistically in the same consolidated platform. We know those end-to-end testing challenges, and we want to make it friendly and easy for development teams by making these fast to execute, easily run tests locally or in the CLI for quick feedback, and unlimited and free, which is also wonderful. But then also that unlimited parallelization within running in the cloud. And that just really helps to provide that breadth for the test suites, increasing the confidence and increasing the coverage so that developers can spend more time, innovating, doing the things that they love to do, spending more time in that flow state. So let's kind of break down some of those challenges. First, the complexity of user journeys, we understand that. So what, here at Mabl, we want to provide that low code approach that can separate intent from implementation. It allows you to navigate as users would, and then it reduces complexities such as iframe, shadow DOM, PDF email, and API testing as well. Next, looking at, the end-to-end tests are flaky or brittle. Well, Mabl combines machine learning and auto-healing capabilities to help kind of reduce or remove that flakiness. So users can provide, and Mabl then stores contextual properties about the elements that the users are interacting with, and then uses that machine learning to auto-heal tests as the application evolves. So you definitely receive less false negatives. It allows the tests to evolve and expand beyond, just like the straightforward functional tests. And then, of course, the aspect that end-to-end testing can be too slow for continuous integration. We want to highlight here that unlimited parallelization and that unified runner, and how they help to make end-to-end testing fast enough that it can be added to any continuous integration process or practice. So that unified runner built on Playwright ensures fast and reliable execution across browsers. Combine this with Mabl's elastic cloud infrastructure and unlimited parallelization, making it possible to run entire Smoke suites within minutes. And finally, of course, Mabl's unified runner allows developers to run tests locally or headlessly with a CLI, get really quick feedback, or triggered by the CI tool to block deployments if code changes are impacting the user journeys. So really, it's an incredible platform, that unified platform with machine learning, auto healing, and scalability to integrate into your continuous integration pipeline, and really just give the engineers and those developers more time for innovation and the confidence to do so as well. So I wanted to say thanks for allowing me to spend some time with you today, and toss my contact information back up on the screen, as well as our University of Mabl space today. Let me pause there and see if we have any questions or anything I can respond to from the chat.
Okay. Well, not seeing anything as of now, but thank you for that whirlwind presentation. You can take a breath now. And, that was great. You covered a lot of ground in a short amount of time, which was fantastic. And folks, this was the first of, as I said, this micro webinar series with Mabl. There'll be 5 more coming up. We'll give you plenty of lead time to let you know when that is. And you can follow along this journey for automated testing, and of course, how to improve efficiency in your organization and gain a greater speed of delivery and maintain high quality. Dennis, thanks so much for your time. Thanks to Mabl for sponsoring this event. And I'd like to, of course, thank our audience for spending a few minutes with us here this afternoon or morning, depending upon where they are. So until next time, I'm Dave Rubenstein. I'm Editor-in-Chief of SD Times. And so long for now.